Good morning, Professor. Hope you're doing well. My name is Cherry Nambwari, student ID 5143167, and this is my presentation on the endemic and endemic um, esports sponsorship rounds. I chose to do the topic on G Fuel, as G Fuel is one of the most prominent sports drinks in the esports community. It actually was founded in 2012, so this is a fairly recent sports drink. It's only a little bit over 10 years of operations, but its impact is undeniable. And today we'll also look why this is the case. Introducing G Fuel. G Fuel is an energy sports drink specifically catered to esports players and casual gamers alike. It was introduced as a top performing energy drink that provides energy boost, focus, and cognitive function that gamers need to have in order to indulge in their long marathon game runs and competitive gaming. It started operations in 2012, like I said, and it was actually introduced as a way to avoid long-term health issues associated with other caffeinated beverages such as Red Bull, maybe Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, coffee even. Because what we noticed that a lot of these gamers, they tend to spend a lot of time sitting down and playing this game. So just doing that alone, it drains you. So they need energy to constantly play these long hours and be focused. So they tried to introduce this beverage G Fuel as a cleaner, sustainable health and focus boost substitute. Though it was initially marketed itself as the official esports drink, it wasn't until collaboration with certain prominent esports teams that the masses started to view it as the face of esports drinks. History of esports and G Fuel. For years, gamers have been using energy drinks such as Monster, Red Bull, like I said, to the point it became synonymous with gaming. It became like the typical stereotype of all the gamers. They love drinking monsters and things like that. But we all know that these drinks are not really good for you, especially cardiovascular wise. They're not good for your heart. G Fuel saw this gap in the market with type of drinks that were associated with casual gamers. They opted to target professional esports teams, streamers, and content creators so they can mass push their product. This led them to having their first big collab with popular Call of Duty esports team, FaZe Clan. If you're familiar with Call of Duty, you know Call of Duty is probably the most popular FPS shooter game in the whole of history, and it has millions to billions of people playing it every day, being referenced in pop culture and everything. So to go for the individuals that are actually the most renowned people to play this game was one of the smartest moves they could have done. See, FaZe Clan at the time had a little bit over 1 million subscribers on their YouTube channel, but they have a massive cult following within the Call of Duty community. Everybody wants to be like FaZe, including myself. Everybody was copying them. Everybody was mimicking the videos and the trick shots they were doing. So they had the hold on the gaming culture. So by going through FaZe first, it pretty much allowed them to penetrate the whole market. They essentially become synonymous with FaZe Clan, which was the largest contributing factor to their factor today. Uh, Today, FaZe Clan has over 250 million followers amongst all of his social media platforms, with certain individuals having tens of millions of followers, especially with this new gen where they're doing more so live streaming and things like that, and the gaming side is taking the back burner. They're still promoting G Fuel and things like that to the new generation, so they're always adapting with FaZe. FaZe is like their brothers, their long-term partners. They will forever be locked in with FaZe. The other major affiliations it has in the esports, outside of the long-term partnership with FaZe, GQ has dominated the market, spreading as wide as they can. They've acquired Luminosity Gaming, one of the world's top esports organizations, the owner of 7 professional esports teams, and the home to many of the most influential content creators and esports athletes, where they even place on sports jerseys and things like that as sponsorships. This is what I'm saying. G Fuel like tried to monopolize the energy drink market in esports by going for all the biggest brands, all the biggest names, and just overall just spreading as wide as they can. They have worked with people closely tied to the gaming world, but more so on the content creator side, they work with some very big YouTubers such as PewDiePie, who was actually the most subscribed YouTuber, well, the most subscribed human YouTuber. That's an individual person operating on his YouTube channel. He has over 100 million followers, and he has a specific flavor with G Fuel. So this goes back to what I'm saying about the marketability of this brand and this sponsor is that they try and go for the biggest names so that they can reach the largest audience and the people that have cult-like followings that will always do whatever their people they're looking up to does. It didn't just stop at PewDiePie because PewDiePie is not really that known in the esports space. It's just known in the YouTube space in general. But they target specific esports YouTubers such as Ninja, SQC, Nick Mercs, even some personalities that don't even take gaming too seriously, like KSI. They also didn't limit themselves to YouTubers. G-Fuel has worked with different pop culture media such as the Venom movie, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, which happen to be all things that all gamers have their respective love for and admiration for. They essentially tapped into the things that all gamers like. Through the vast network of gamers and in gaming media that G Fuel have worked with and sponsored, they've been able to capitalize on pre-existing markets and has led to some of the most interesting events. One of these events was with their long-term partners FaZe Clan, where they hosted a month-long streaming events full of fun and chaos and just all type of crazy things going on that could appeal to the younger audience. But at the same time, they deemed the house the FaZe G Fuel House that occurred in September 2024, and this led to a skyrocket in sales amongst youth. This comes at a perfect timing. This is a quote from the G Fuel CEO. This comes at a perfect timing with FaZe pushing boundaries and nurturing the next generation of content creators. We're continuing to innovate with new products and categories to meet needs of our evolving customer base. As partnership takes shape, we're excited at the engagement across the gaming world and creating communities, said the G Fuel CEO. So they're very aware of what they're doing of tapping into these different markets and market segmentations. Why esports fits G-Fuel perfectly. The formula is focused on endurance formula. The L-tyrosine is for stress, is built for lowering cortisol levels and with no crash compared to like caffeinated beverages like coffee, where you can have the energy for the first hour, but after 3 hours you're ready to go to sleep. And the lineup of products was mainly tailored towards young adolescents. Their values are embedded in innovation and clean ingredients, which a lot of people can resonate with. Even if you're not an avid gamer, you can probably take G Fuel to go to the gym, things like that, play sports. It's very versatile. It's not just a one-dimensional thing. It's just their target audience is typically just video gamers because they tend to be the ones that buy the most of it because they spend the most time having to use caffeinated beverages to stay awake so they can play these games. These are my references, and I want to say thank you, Professor. Apologies if my audio is not that good or my speaking is not that good. I'm actually currently fighting a sickness, but thank you so much for your time. And yes, that was my presentation on G Fuel.